Come see us on tour in Baltimore, Hartford, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, San Jose, Toledo, and Bakersfield. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. And we have special guests with us, Kim Bright, pioneer in the nutrition industry, an expert in health and wellness, and founder of Brightcore Nutrition. She's now in its 27th year. Since 1980, she's been appearing regularly on nationally syndicated local and radio television programs, educating people on how to optimize their health. And she's one of our new sponsors. Let's welcome to the show, Kim Bright. Hi, Kim. How are you?
Hi, Jimmy. I'm doing great. How are you?
Now, I know you're a big supporter of MAHA, and they're coming after RFK. Well, see this? Quack at it again. And
Who put that out? HuffPost? Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Does it surprise you, Jimmy?
Doesn't surprise me at all, because what RFK Jr. has been doing is actually speaking common sense about the best way to fight. So just to let you know, the measles thing is all being propped up. It's all propaganda, because as Mary Talley Bowden points out, who's a guest on the show and was a COVID truth teller, look at the big outbreak that was in 2019. Nobody even mentioned it. Look at all, there's outbreaks every year. They never mention it. Bobby Kennedy becomes HHS secretary, and that's all they're talking about.
That's right. They're trying to find that across the boards in any of the new areas and the agencies that, Trump's put the new people in. Yeah, it's all propaganda.
And so here's what he said. This was an article in response to him saying this about measles. Here it is.
If you get it used to be when you and I were kids, everybody got measles. And measles gave you lifetime protection against measles infection. The vaccine doesn't do that. The vaccine is effective for some people for life, but many people, it wanes. And one of the problems is it does not appear to provide maternal immunity. It used to be a very young kid. You don't want a 1-year-old kid getting measles. That's very dangerous. They were protected by breast milk and by maternal immunity. But women who get vaccinated do not provide that level of maternal immunity that the natural measles infection did. So you're now seeing measles hit very, very young kids and hitting older people within whom the vaccine has waned. And that is something that we need to worry about and that we're looking at HHS.
First of all, Governor.
So that's what he said, which sounds very common sense and sensible. Well, here's what Huffington Post said. Well, first of all, they called him a quack. And then they said this. They said, despite Kennedy's claims, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the majority of people who have had the measles, mumps, and rubella and the measles, mumps, rubella, and viola vaccines will be protected for life. So do you notice the word they used? The majority. Mm-hmm. So is that 51%?
Yeah, what is that?
Is that 50.1%? And 49.9% aren't going to be protected? The majority. That's exactly what RFK just said. And if you listen to what he said that many of those people, their protection wanes.
That's right.
And
he's saying it's just crazy. It's crazy how they try and word salad and turn it all around to make him look bad. It's insane.
And here's the last sentence here. I'll show you. It says the CDC has guidance for people it recommends should be revaccinated. So what they're actually doing in an article titled "Quack at It Again," they're actually saying what he said was true. He said that many people lose their protection from the vaccine. They're saying the same thing. They're also saying that people should be revaccinated.
Yet they're calling him a quack.
Yet they're calling him a quack.
Yeah. They're the quacks.
They are the quacks.
Yes.
And so they
quack a lot.
And this is how propaganda. And so this is the New York Times. Kennedy links measles outbreak to poor diet and health, citing fringe theories. Really? It's a fringe theory that if you're in poor health, measles will affect you more? It's a fringe theory that if you have a good, strong immune system, you'll be better handle measles? That's a fringe theory, because that's what he said. Right. And he was telling people to take vitamin A.
Yes.
And they said that was crazy. Well, if you look it up, if you go to Oxford International Journal of Epidemiology, They actually say conclusions: measles vaccine and vitamin A treatment are effective interventions to prevent measles mortality in children.
Correct.
So I showed this the other day on the show, but I want to show it to you again, how much propaganda you're being fed about measles. Because I grew up in a time where nobody was afraid of measles. In fact, this was a very popular show when I was a kid, the Brady Bunch, and here's how they described it. This is how they dealt with it on the Brady Bunch.
Hi. Peter, what are you doing home from school?
They sent me home. Measles.
It's either measles or a strange case of red freckles.
You have got a temperature.
They told me 101.1. What's the record?
Never mind.
Oh, are you sure it's the measles?
Well, he certainly got all the symptoms. A slight temperature, a lot of dots, and a great big smile.
A great big smile.
No school for a few days.
Say hello to my dotted son for me. Tell him I'll bring him some comic books and I'll see you later, dear.
Okay, honey, bye.
Boy, this is the life, isn't it?
Yeah. If you have to get sick, you sure can't beat the measles.
That's right. No medicine.
Inside or out? Like shots, I mean.
Don't even mention shots. Yuck!
So that's how they used to talk about it on Family Hour television. That's how they talked about the measles. Kids,
Yep.
It was a play day for kids.
That's right. Because the measles vaccinations, they didn't bring them out until 1963. So, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. They're just pushing more drugs. They try to address the symptoms. They don't look at what causes it. And they just push their propaganda. And people are waking up and understanding that this stuff is not the truth. What RFK Jr. is talking about is the truth.
And here's how they talk about it now. Hold on to your hat. Here's how the TV talks about measles now.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. Dad says I should go to school.
7 students confirmed with measles, 4 others possible.
How? They had to have been vaccinated.
These moms never vaccinated their kids and lied about it. Vaccines are harmful.
You are endangering the health of every child in this city.
Liv, no, it's turning blue.
Call 911.
All new SVU next week.
Kim, can you believe that's how we used to treat measles? That's how they're treating it now. Everything.
Yeah, did you see they were wiping the tables down like it was COVID again? And
yes.
they've got masks on and everything. They create chaos. They create fear. And fear, they're fear mongers, Jimmy. And they don't want to give you the solutions like just eat better and improve your immune system. 70 to 80% of it's in your gut. Strengthen, your whole body, and your immunity helps fight this stuff off.
But they want to keep feeding us high fructose corn syrup, which wrecks your gut, correct?
Correct. As well as all of the chemicals they put in our foodstuffs. I mean, the FDA started out as a good organization, Jimmy. That FDA, the first director was a good guy. He was there to protect our health. Then those that be in power, that want to stay in power, the globalists, the demon rats, they invade these organizations and agencies with their minions. And it's so to keep us sick. They're exact opposite of what it was originally set up to do. Their goal is to keep us sick, make us sick, and keep us sick. And how do they do that? They add all of these chemicals into our foodstuffs. They alter our foods. They manipulate the foods to the point where our bodies aren't getting nutrients anymore. And so then what happens? They get sick. And then what are we directed to do? Go to the doctor. What's the doctor do? It promotes dollars going into big pharma pockets. Why? Because now they're going to write a script for medicine, and they destroy our health. It's that downward spiral we go into. We get on that what is it? That rodent that goes around in the little,
the wheel
thing, and we're on it, and we're caught in their spell, and they're making tons of money on us, keeping us sick.
Yeah, it's I'm not the first person to say it. It's not healthcare; it's sick care.
Yes.
And here's the second part of what Bobby Kennedy had to say to Sean Hannity that made Huffington Post call him a quack. Here's some more of his quackery.
Yeah. And he likes pizza, and he loves Diet Coke. Do you have a problem with sugary drinks or Diet Coke?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes. And
you're not going to ban it.
I'm not going to take them away from people, but we shouldn't be subsidizing them. We shouldn't, as you said, 10% of food stamps, which are federally funded, taxpayer-funded program, is going, and it's going to the poorest neighborhoods, and they're the ones with the worst chronic disease burden. And we are literally poisoning those neighborhoods by paying for 10% of the food stamps are going to sugary drinks. And with the school lunch programs, the CHIPS programs, it's mainly ultra-processed food, and we need to change that, and we are going to change that. We're going to do that very quickly.
If you tried to take away the president's favorite foods, you would be fired. I'm pretty convinced.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy. He's talking about we shouldn't be funding sugary drinks that poison people and kids in inner cities and live in food deserts, and we shouldn't be funding ultra processed food lunches for kids.
I'm in full agreement with him.
Who could be against that?
Yeah, who could be against that? I mean, why would you further degrade a child's health by giving them things that that are known to cause problems and to cause sickness and obesity? Why would you do that?
He just had a meeting today with food industry. Did you hear anything about it? I just saw it before I came in the studio, and he's having meetings with the head of food producers of food producing companies, and hopefully he's going to do what his plan is, which is to get the 1,000 chemicals out of our food that are banned in Europe but allowed in the United States. They already got rid of red dye, I'm pretty sure. They already did.
And he's got them using tallow. They were at Steak and Shake there. I think it was down in Naples.
Oh, is that what that
weekend. Was? Yes, and they were using beef tallow. Then he's met with all these other companies, and they're going to go in that direction. He's talking about, let's subsidize these guys that want to do the right thing. I agree with that too. Let's start doing the right things. Why are we continuing? It's time. We've trusted these government agencies to take care of us. And I can't fault people in America that get up every day, go to work, try and feed their families the right thing because they're trusting that the government wouldn't put anything on a supermarket shelf that would be bad for you or in a drive-through that would be bad for you. They're trusting these agencies, and they've been the exact opposite. They've been making us sick and keeping us sick. So now we have to start reading labels, because when we ingest these foods, Jimmy, we are causing an advanced aging in our cells and in our overall body. When we eat real food that's grown organically, we are actually making our age slow down, our aging in our bodies. So it's a healthy thing. When we eat these chemically filled processed foods, we are destroying our bones. Look at all the osteoporosis we have. We're destroying our joints. We're destroying our ligaments. We're destroying our skin, our hair. Our hair starts to fall out. Our skin is thinner. We get wrinkles. We get lines. The skin becomes very sallow and sinks. We have all these problems that are reflected on the outside from all of the wrong things we've been putting on the inside.
It's great to hear that he got Steak and Shake.
Yeah, that's where they're at.
To stop using vegetable oil and start using tallow, right? Because this all came from a big lie from when the sugar industry funded fake or funded studies that said that fat was bad for you. And so they started going with the seed oils and switching from frying things in tallow and ghee and butter and coconut oil and going to things like grapeseed oil and canola oil.
Those seed oils are bleached. They're processed at high degrees, so they cause free radicals in our body. They're tearing our bodies down when we've eaten those things. They're in processed foods. And we are really losing our health by eating those things. And the other thing is those chemicals that they put in there, they're addictive. They make the food taste better. Our taste buds then become unnormalized, as if we were just eating regular apple, as opposed to all these foods that have apple taste and are just loaded with sugars. And then we have to detox ourselves off of those types of substances in our body and actually start eating real food. I'm sure all your viewers out there have experienced this. You eat this food, all these processed foods. 5 minutes later, you're in front of the refrigerator saying, "I'm hungry," and you're growing by leaps and bounds. And the reason that you're still hungry is those foods don't contain proteins and nutrients that your body has been missing, minerals, enzymes. They're not there. They're in real food. And so because those are missing in our diet, our bodies are being torn apart, and we have to supplement back in right now because for generations we've been eating these poisoned foods. And so we have to detox from these foods by stop eating those things and supplement what we've been lacking. And today I'd like to talk about collagen, which is a very important aspect.
So like you're an expert on collagen and you've traveled and lectured to doctors. And so tell us about, I mean, I every day I'm learning something new. The seed oil thing was an eye opener for me. The fat thing was another eye opening thing for me. The sugar thing was, I mean, it's just one thing after another that we've been told is solid medical science. And now you have the collagen. Now tell me about this. What now is this going to be my new revelation?
It's your new revelation, Jimmy.
Okay.
Be prepared here. I've been doing this for almost 50 years because I saw that Western medicine and what they were telling me to do wasn't working right. And so I had to go out and investigate. And that's what I've done. I've investigated for a lot of years before I started sharing it with people. But collagen, I didn't even know about in all my investigations until probably 10, 15 years ago. Collagen is the most abundant protein in our body. Collagen is the glue that holds our body together. It's found in every single connective tissue. Our bones are 90% collagen. Our tendons, our ligaments, our joints, 65%. Our skin, 50% dry weight collagen. It's in our hair. It's in our nails. It's in every single connective tissue in our body. It is in the tissue that holds our organs up and holds our organs together. And as we age, that collagen starts to leave our body at age 25. If we've been smoking, if we've got a lot of sun exposure, tanning bed, all these things under stress, it could start leaving as early as 20. And so what happens is it starts this huge decline. By age 40 or 50, we've got 30, 40% of our collagen left. Now, you look at what happens to a body as the collagen's leaving. Our hair is getting thinner. Our nails are brittle and break. Our hair falls out. Our bones become, we either have osteoporosis, osteopenia setting in early. We've got all kinds of conditions. Our skin starts to wrinkle. It starts to sag. Why? Because collagen is there for the structure. It holds things together and holds things up. When we lose our collagen, instead of injecting these injectables into our face, going and putting somebody else's hair on our head, we need to go again, instead of going the typical Western route of addressing symptoms, we need to go to the root cause. The root cause is our body naturally had collagen and it's leaving, and so we need to replace it. And collagen is so vitally important to have on an everyday basis to put it back in. And so I really focused on that, and we decided this is something everybody's got to have because they're not getting it in their diet, and they're losing it every day.
So now you actually your company makes collagen supplements?
We put together a collagen product that is made from wild-caught Atlantic cod, grass-fed bovine, eggshell membrane, and free-range chickens. It's the highest quality where we can get the collagen from. Then we spend money to hydrolyze it because collagen peptide chains are very long and they're not as absorbable as when you hydrolyze them and you break the chains down into smaller chains of amino acids. So we hydrolyze it and we put forth the best quality ingredients in there. Plus we add in, we have 5 types of collagen. Most of your other collagen products out there have 1 or 2 maybe. We've got type 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10. So that's covering the whole body. And then we add in hyaluronic acid. Now, hyaluronic acid is kind of like WD-40 is to a squeaky hinge. It's the same thing in our body. Hyaluronic acid can hold up to 1,000 times its own weight in water. So it's moisturizing. It moisturizes our joints. It moisturizes our skin. It plumps our skin up. We put biotin in there, which is a B vitamin that's known and has so many studies done on how it affects our hair and nails. And then we have vitamin C in there, which is needed for absorption. So we've put together the best collagen out there on the market. And it comes in, it's easy to use. It's a powder form, and it comes in 2 flavors. Comes in unflavored, which I use every morning, and I use that in my coffee. And it actually adds 8 grams of protein to my coffee, and you can't taste it. And then in the afternoon, I like to use the strawberry lemonade flavor, which is absolutely delicious. My grandchildren love it. I don't have to give them, and I wouldn't give them sugary drinks. I brought my kids up without any of that stuff. And they love it, and people that I give it to love it too. And so you can get that, and it's easy and convenient, and it tastes good.
So why hasn't anybody told me, if collagen is so important, why has no one told me about it? Why do I have to go to you, Kim?
They don't want you to know, Jimmy. They want you to fall apart earlier so you can get in there and get on more drugs and need surgery and get injections. I mean, it's really, we're in a very strange place. So it's a strange place that we've been in for decades, and we're finally seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, there's been very few people like me that really decided something's wrong, and I've got to investigate and find out and start using it on myself, and I did. I mean, I'm 70 years old, Jimmy. So I look pretty darn good for my age, I think, with everything that I've done. But the whole thing here is so important that we get this collagen put back in. You want healthy hair, healthy nails, healthy bones. You don't want brittle bones. You want strong ligaments so you can stand up and move around. You want that skin. Get rid of those wrinkles and those fine lines.
So if I start taking this, I will notice a difference?
You're going to notice a difference. The first thing you're going to notice, everybody says this, your nails are going to start growing like crazy. Then you're going to go to the barber. And instead of going, if you go once a month, now you're going every 3 weeks. And he's saying, what's going on, Jimmy? You got some hair growing in up here. It might even be getting a little darker in the back here. What the heck's going on? Tell me about it. That's the thing. People notice the difference when people are using our Collagen Revive. They say, I want some of that. My goodness, you look so different.
All right. Well, I'm actually gonna try this, and I'm gonna hold you to it. And I'm gonna do this for how long should I do it for before I notice a result?
You're going to notice your nails first. That's going to be about 3 weeks to a month. Then you're going to start noticing the hair. Then your skin is going to start changing. And of course, if you go get a bone density test.
Well, that's my thing. I have a bone, so I had this very rare bone disorder, and it took, it took years for it to, that's why I'm interested in this. And it took years for them to diagnose me correctly. And by that time, my spine had collapsed and I'd lost height. And they were going to give me an operation on my hip. The whole thing was bad. I had a kyphoplasty. I had spine surgery. I was in bad shape. And so that's why I'm interested in this. So I will notice a difference.
Yeah. And then you get a bone, you know what your bone density is now. About 6 months out, go get bone density tests again.
Okay. Yes. My bone.
Proof in the pudding. My
bone density right now is barely in the normal range, which is a big improvement from where I was. So I will. And I get once a year, I get the bone density and I go in to see my doctor and we go over it. So that's going to be coming up, I think, in June, actually. So
I can tell you, we have so many customers that call us and tell us their bone density changed and their doctor's so happy with it. So we know this works.
Okay. Well, I will let you know. I will let you know. Tell people about your, where can they get that? Where can I go get it?
Well, you can get 25% off if you go to the link below and click on that, or you can go and call into us and you'll get 50% off, up to 50% off your order and free shipping. And we're even going to include this free collagen sheet mask, which just makes your skin beautiful. And so if you call 888-253-0418, you're going to get up to 50% off your order, free shipping, and get this free sheet mask. Again, that's 888-253-0418. Or you can click the link below for 25% off.
Okay, well, I appreciate you being an advertiser on the show. I appreciate you supporting our show. It's important because they're coming at our show all the time. You know, our own government, USAID, was funding Vox Media Ukraine that was trying to get us demonetized. that was my own tax dollars being used against us. And that's because we tell the truth about a lot of things. One of them is seed oils and health and Bobby Kennedy's work over at HHS. And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting the show. And
well, thank you for having us. And we're all trying to work together and bring the truth. It's high time people knew.
And I'm gonna let you know how this works. I'm gonna actually do this, and we're gonna find out how it works.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, Kim. Thank you very much for coming on. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye-bye. Hey, we've all been told that aging's just a natural process. Aches and pains, thinning hair, wrinkled skin, brittle nails. But what if I told you that the rate at which we age isn't just about time, it's also about what we're consuming? For decades, the FDA has allowed toxic chemicals, preservatives, and artificial ingredients into our food supply, things that are banned in other countries. These toxins disrupt our hormones, weaken our bones, accelerate aging, and wreak havoc on our skin and hair. But there's something you can do about it. One of the best ways to fight back against this damage is by giving your body the nutrients it truly needs, nutrients that the modern diet is sorely lacking. That's why I want to tell you about Revive from Brightcore Nutrition. Revive is designed to rebuild and restore your body from the inside out. It contains 5 types of collagen, hyaluronic acid, biotin, and vitamin C working together to strengthen bones and joints, rejuvenate your skin, and help grow back thicker, healthier hair. I could use that. All the things that processed food and environmental toxins have been stripping away from us. It's all natural, non-GMO, and made 100% in the United States. No hidden toxins, no fillers, just pure, high-quality ingredients that actually work. Today, you can get an exclusive offer by clicking the link below. Just use the code DORE for 25% off your entire order. Or for an even better deal, call my friends at Brightcore for up to a 50% off your order and free shipping. Give them a call now at 888-253-0418. Come see us on tour in Baltimore, Hartford, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, San Jose, Toledo, and Bakersfield. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.